During all this time, what do you think has caused the biggest change in culture? Because you've had a window into society in a way where you're examining problems and you're examining relationships and lives.
It's clearly technology. It's clearly the internet. It's good and bad.
What's the good?
Information access. These kids that I'm saying are going to college and complaining about professors and all. These kids are brilliant. These kids, these college kids today, and a lot of them follow me on the internet, and I've got billions and billions of views on the internet, and so I interact with those kids a lot. They're smart. I mean, they're not lazy. They're smart. They just need some other experiences, but they're really, the stuff they can do in their heads is just, it's astounding. So their information access is like, we're talking about stuff. He's pulling it up before we're at the end of the sentence.
Yeah.
And he's throwing it up over here. You and I couldn't do that 20 years ago.
Right.
And we're not even at the end of the sentence, and he's got an article up and graphs and everything like that. It's amazing. Their ability to go down the rabbit hole and find stuff and put it in context in a meaningful way is, we used to have to go to the library. And for some of you young people listening, that's a big building with books in it. They don't have to do that. And so that's a game changer. There's more power in this laptop than they had for the moonshot.
Yeah, a lot more.
Yeah.
Which is giant rooms of computers back then.
But can you imagine doing a moonshot with this? The power we have in our hands is astounding. You can be anywhere and punch in an address, and it tells you where to go and where the traffic is. Go left.
This chip transmits an internet's worth of data every second. Holy shit. This laser-powered chip could mean faster broadband speeds for consumers and an internet that requires less electricity to run. Whoa. An internet's worth of data every second.
I was at dinner with these friends in Dallas last night, Jamie Ribman and his wife Darcy, and he was telling me that, was it Moore's law, that everything compresses and doubles up and everything. And he was talking recently about how long it would take to fill up Lake Michigan if it was empty, if you started with like a half an ounce of water or something like that. And how long do you think it would be? And I said, never. And the answer was like 85 years. And
so that's like take a cup and then take 2 cups, then 2 to 4, 4 to 8.
Yeah, and it goes on. It was like at 10 years, it would like be damp a little maybe, and at like 40 years, there'd be some puddles. And at 60 years, there would be like 4 feet of water. And at 70 years, it would be, and all of the gain is in the last 5 years. And then it would be full. And that's what's happening right now. We have so much information that it's doubling up so fast. God only knows when your daughter and Jay's daughter are 21,
right?
What in the world's going to be going on? Because if you take everything we know now and double it up 4 times between now and then, we won't even recognize the world,
right?
And so that's the positive, the ability to, and it's going to be in medicine and diagnostics and all that sort of stuff. Now, how we're going to pay for all these people that live to 150, I don't know. But that's the positive, and the negative is what we've talked about, bullied to death, and the predators on the internet and the scams and all that kind of stuff. Predators used to be the guy in the raincoat standing by the schoolyard. Hey, little kid, you want some candy? Now they're in the chat rooms, or I don't even know what they call them those anymore. They're wherever the kids go, and they've learned their patterns, and they know what their favorite songs are, what their favorite interests are, what their jargon is, and they can mimic a 14-year-old just as well as anything, and they prey upon them. It's just that's the downside, and the fact that they post pictures and stuff that are there forever, and you tell them and tell them and tell them, and they still, that predator will steal a picture off the dark net of some 14-year-old guy and send it to the girl, and the girl reciprocates. Now he's got that, and now they do sextortion and say, you do more or I'll show this to all your family. And it's just the downside is horrific. So that's the biggest technology, and the internet's the biggest change.